Okay, dear students, coming to your question number 107. What do you think is the reason of suicide and whom do you think is responsible for the suicide, individual, family or society? Now, this question is very brilliant. And what is good about this question is that they are not only identifying your mental weakness, but they are also identifying what must be the reason behind it. So, if you are saying that suicide people do, don't you think that suicide is a case of mental weakness? It is a case of depression. It is a case of negative thinking. Now, where does this thought comes of suicide? It comes from either bad parenting, bad relatives, bad friends, high expectations, and very bad mental environment. Whenever you have it, a thought of suicide comes into your mind. Because you feel that I should kill myself because I've got fed up. Now, this is unfortunate. I agree that this may happen to some people who are weak. But for you guys who are supposed to be officer tomorrow, it is not desired. Rather, you should be a source of motivation. I used to always sometimes say, when I'm tired, many of my students, officers, and the others, whenever I used to talk to them, I used to say, sometimes I feel very fed up. He says, sir, if you feel fed up, then what will happen to us? Now, this small line by few students is enough to inspire me and enough also to indicate you that when you as an officer become on the sad mode, how bad it is for the entire unit or the entire troops. So one should be having a very positive side. That is something which we want from you. So if you think there is a reason of suicide, it should not be from your inner mind. It should be from your social observation. What have you observed in the society? People do suicide. You see that there are certain IIT scholars who are mentally very exhausted who do this. You have also seen that some people, because of stupid thinking about emotional relationship, because the girl has denied or the boy has denied, they commit suicide. Now, again foolish. There are some people who are very, very tormented by regular bickerings. Even that is parents bickerings. Bickering means regularly nagging them. Or even some people have committed suicide. Lately we have seen people committing suicide because of wife. These days, unfortunately, for n number of reasons, wives have become extremely nagging. Because of the real culture, they have started having too much expectations, and thus in the clouding of expectation, they tend to disturb the others. That is what really happened in Bangalore case and other places also. So what is the reason behind it? The reason behind is basically wrong mental attitude, right? So if they ask you what is the reason of suicide, you can say that it is certainly wrong mental attitude of people, which is basically because of their own thought process. And agreed that family may have at some point been disturbing. There may be a possibility that society has also created pressure. But if we rightly see, the individual should be strong mentally to get out of that dilemma. Get out of that emotional condition and think beyond, because life is beyond. So if somebody is blaming the family or the society, we may interpret as a psychologist that you have this problem. But if you have got a good family, then family reason should not be your case. Neither societal case should be there. You should understand, as you also feel, sometime you must have gone through bully, somebody must have given a negative comment to you. So you must have said at that point of mind, you must have moved on. You must have carried up. That's exactly what makes it important. So if you are a strong character, you will always say, sir, I think it is only the individual which is there. Because actually it is. So many people go ask somebody, is it good? They may say, no, no, no. Why? They don't have reasons for it. Human nature. There was this experiment where they put a painting and told that, tell me what are the defects. Everybody marked. But when they asked, the painter asked, tell me how you improve that defect, nobody marked. Now look at, that's what the society is about. And if you guys want to be an officer tomorrow, and you have a good human understanding, then your thoughts should be very clear and matured that people will be critical. But if you're logical, commonsensically right, and wisely you are acting as per need, situation, and persons, you should be moving on. So it is only the individual who will be considered negative. This was a very important issue. That is why I went long on this answer. So I hope you understand what I mean to tell you. I mean to tell you that individuals should be strong from inside. And moment you are strong, you become the winner. Let's go to the question number, next question, 108. Which form of democracy is better, one party, two party, or multi-party? Now you see that democracy means, demos means people and cracy means rule. Democracy means rule of the people. Now in our observation, we have seen democracy running in different parts of the country. Where there are two-party system, it is best, because one in the power and one in the opposition. But when it is multi-party, as we saw in India, we find that every opportunist joined together in the political bandwagon, and in the process they dirty the system. They make it bad. But in countries which were prominent, like America is there, they have two-party system, and that is one of the best system. Even UK for quite some time had two-party system. And two-party ensures a good strong government, good strong opposition. So I feel if somebody has to talk sensical and very logical as per observation, I feel two-party should be the best option for you. But now there will be a counter thing. Somebody says one-party system like in China, that becomes a little autocratic. Okay, then what about multi-party? Because multi-representation, well, multi-representation can be done at two-party level also. Because whenever the two parties are there in each state, for example, in Karnataka there are two parties, in Kerala there are two parties, everywhere there are two parties. So representation will go down to the roots, and multi-representation will come from different places. So don't say that multi-representation is done by multi-party. No. It can be done by two-party also. So here I want to correct you, and I want to make you understand how you should be logical to say this. However, if you have another option, you can do that. I always give you guidance as suggestions, not compulsory. Is it clear? Okay, let's move on to question number 109. Do you go to parties with friends? How do you celebrate the party? How often? How you manage expenses? Now this is what they want to see, how you organize, how you socialize, and most importantly, how you are practical in terms of economics. If you are not practical, if you are squandering your father's money and you are not realizing that your father's hard-earned money is not to be spoiled, rather it has to be utilized, that is the time everything goes wrong. So when you will go into a new organization, that is the defense forces, you will again have problems. Why you will have a problem? Because in defense forces also, if you are a wasteful person, then you will create a lot of problems in your defense. You will may transform to a corrupt person also. So if you are a person who is planned to live within the limits, live within proper economical aspects, I think you are welcome to the armed forces. You are welcome to every organization. Because if you are highly stylish, you are wasting money on heavy brands and rich brands. No, that's not done. That is wasteful money, and then your demand will be more. So when you are getting a limited income, what will you do? You will do nonsense. That's exactly why the political parties are creating the problem. So remember, that is something which one has to understand. Now we come down to question number 110. If you earn, how much you do? How do you spend it? Did you save anything? How much? Where did you keep it? Now this is something beautiful. Like there are people sitting here who are serving in the Navy, in the Air Force, in the Army, or there are people working in companies. Now what exactly is happening? You are earning something. Now you don't have a planning. You land into problem. That means you don't have an organized thought. One of the important OLQs. So how much do you do? You should have clarity. In case you are already spending too much in something, it is better that you correct. And after you have corrected it, tell that corrected version to your SSB people rather than the nonsense part. Because if you are wasting your money you are creating trouble for yourself. And if you don't have this attitude of, now you will say that is my personal, no, no, no. We are identifying tendencies. So if you are wasteful, you will repeat it. But if you are you are very economical, you will repeat it. That's exactly what they want. They want to identify your tendency towards money. Money is symbolical. It identifies who are corrupt, who are not. People who are money crazy, they'll end up being excess. They'll end up doing nonsense. And people who are not, they also land in trouble. I said excess is poison. Same thing, if you are very careless about money, you're wrong. If you are extremely careful to the extent that you are cheating others, you are wrong. But the middle balance portion where you are using the money rightly, you're saving fine, you're not wasting, you're disciplining your mind, you work. That is how they ask you. So how much money have you saved? They may ask you. You can tell that you kept a bank account with your joint account or whatever you've done. Where did you keep it? Tell that. And how much have you identified? Now people pay tuitions. For example, take tuitions. They ask how many tuitions you get. How much totally. Now they also are checking your integrity. Because if you cook up stories, and there they will catch you. And they will understand that you are unnecessarily cooking stories. So don't lie. And even if you speak truth, please organize now so that it sounds true. Truth has to be consistent in all conditions, and lie is always inconsistent. Now some people who are ultra smart, they tend to lie consistently and prove it as true, and they've cleared the lie detector test. But they will have to be intelligent, and if you are very intelligent, you will always correct it. You will correct yourself in life also. Now coming down to question number 111. Do you have a close friend? Since how long? Are you committed? In case you don't have, why? What stopped you? Do you feel opposite gender friendship is wrong? And if so, why do you like someone from the opposite gender? If so, and why? Now this is something to identify your, again, integrity. Your sense of discipline, your sense of character, your sense of control over your body needs. If a person is whimsical, whether it's a girl, we're talking about you, or boys, we're talking about you. In both the cases, you will have to be sensible about opposite gender. These days, real culture has really opened up the whole world. There are a lot of excitements and invitations in your mind running because you are already in a human body, and human body has its own set of desires, and it is natural to have it. So when you have such human body and you have human set of desire, but you do not have a self-discipline over yourself, you will create complete chaos in your life. So if you have a sense of discipline, you will do well, whether it is your same gender or opposite gender. Now, opposite gender interaction requires understanding of social circumstances. If you don't have respect towards social circumstances, you'll have trouble. Because in India, we have certain social taboos, and you should know to behave under that condition. Now you will say, sir, I am going to be a brave officer and I don't want to do that. I want to live my life my way. No. Even if you become an officer tomorrow, or even if you become any official tomorrow, you'll have to observe social conduct, good social conduct. So if you have a close friend, you can tell that. Since how long? You can tell that. Are you committed? Now you should be committed. You should be committed. You should not think them to be changed with seasons, because that is poor integrity. If you are talking about close friends, if you have general friends, if you want to say, I have a gang of friends where there are many boys and many girls, and I am not committed to anyone, neither I have very close friendship with them. I have general friendship, I talk to them, but not on a one-to-one basis. I think that's healthy also. That is healthy also. But if you are committed, then it should be there. And many committed people joined the forces, they got selected, they said this in the interview and they proved it. Now if you are frivolous, like you keep changing boys or you keep changing girls, Okay, one more option. You may be having anything, but you should know what to speak. That also is very important for all of you. So, when you are changing people too frequently, don't you think that it is something got to do with your mind and your sense of self-discipline? So, that is something that they want to check. In case you don't have, why? So, there are many people who don't have. Why? Because they are living in some kind of orthodox cities, and where generally people tend to be apprehensive, and they say that first get a job, then you make a friend, or then get married, whatever. So if that is the case, you can tell. And in case you have normal friendship, but you just because you cannot spare so much time and you could not, you talked for a few days, but then you didn't feel that I should carry it, and you do not want to go ahead with the relationship or proximity or unnecessary experiment and adventurism, you can tell that. There is nothing wrong. So this is what they are asking. Do you feel opposite gender friendship is wrong? Of course not. Provided you know how to respect and how to regard. They are individuals first, not opposite gender. Remember that. Do you like someone from the opposite gender, and if so, why? Now this often happens that when we are observing, we do like few people. May not be known to us even, but we like them, we appreciate them, we want people like them, right? We do. Everybody does. That includes every mind. Maybe as an actress, maybe as a personality, maybe as a relative, maybe as a known family friend, whatever. But the kind of reasons why you like them has to be specifically clear. If you like them for their beautiful body, I think you're very, very raw in your approach. And unfortunately, that would be harmful for you, because after some time, when the wisdom will dawn upon you, you will realize that you were on the wrong steps. You will realize that it was a mess which you created your own hands, with your own hands. So you should not be attracted to the physical beauty, you should be attracted to a good mental mind and a good person, good understanding person who respects you. Very important. If the opposite gender thinks she's a big shot, she doesn't respect you, she wherever feels like talks bullshit with you, what do you think? You'll enjoy the company? Never, 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 never. Why? Because automatically you are also a human being, right? Of course, that applies to her also. If you mistreat her, that's again wrong. But you should have mutual respect. You should, and you would like to. And if you don't have it, I'm sorry to say, then the relationship won't last long. Now, mutual respect means care for each other. Mutual respect also means talking very nicely to each other. Mutual respect means understanding the other's frame of mind. Mutual respect means being considerate to others. Giving the living space. You can't get on top of somebody. That is obsessive compulsive disorder. This happens to feeble minds, insecure people, very insecure. And where did this insecurity come from? Learning either from their family or the society, or negative experiences, to be exact. They had bad negative experiences, so now they are fearful. They hide things. So, this is something which you should realize. I really am thinking to write things for you youngsters, where you can be very aware that relationship is strength. It's a big strength. But you should know how to nurture it. You should know how to care for it. And when it blossoms after years, it is a beauty. It is real heaven on earth. But if you have bad relationship, it is hell on earth. Every single moment. Many people of you have brownie thought process. You know what is brownie thought process? They think that I should get credit, I should get credit. Where did they pick it up? From their family. In their family, they had many brothers and sisters, or one, two brothers and sisters. And everybody used to run for the attention of parent, and parent used to reward one or the other. Now, when the parent was not good, automatically the impact went on the children. So everybody wants name for no sake, do less, but be on the stage. You've seen a lot of political parties, their workers are not good, but they want to be on the stage. These kind of people, they become obnoxious. They become horrible. And that is the time when you get it wrong. I'm sorry if I'm telling you long, but it is very important for you to understand human nature. So is it clear? So in any family where you will come across such people who are competitive, they want to prove themselves better than the other. They are suffering from inferiority complex. Why? Because they comparatively know the other is better than them, or they may be thinking that the other is better than them. I have to prove themselves down. They will spoil their writing, they will spoil their working, they will spoil their reputation, they will, assassinate their character, they will assassinate everything of this. This is fully possible. So now here you should pick a friend who should be healthy. I'm sorry, this class is not only for your interview, but it is also to educate you for your life. So when you pick a friend who is not competitive with you, who's not trying to prove themselves better than you, I think you have a friend. But if you have a friend who is always trying to prove themselves better than you, I think you don't have a friend. You have an enemy next to you. The moment you will win 2-3 times, the moment you will do well, you will realize that you have bought a snake in your house. That will be harmful. So mind that. Anyway, these small suggestions is something which every elderly person should pass on to you. I completed 55, running 56. So now guys, it's time that I pass on the wisdom as much as I can, so that you guys can become better, not only good, better, but best. I repeat, not only good, better, but best. Okay, now we go down to question number 112. Do you read novels or any book? Which book is your favorite and why? Now this is a beautiful question again, because reading opens your wisdom to the whole world. If you don't have reading habit, you will automatically have limited knowledge. You will never have right understanding. So if you have a reading novel book or anything, I think you're fine. You are learning. And then they may ask you which is the book, which is the novel you read, what is your favorite and why. They may ask you even the character, which character you like, what was the story about, what did you like in that, what was the message you finally grasped. This all comes under observation. I always say SSB sees that how good and eager you are for learning and how you observe and learn. That's very important. Remember that, very important for you, so you can prepare, and then you should just go and revise in your mind which was the book, how much was it cost, how many papers, and things, so that it doesn't look that in last moment you have mixed up 2-3 books. So a little revision will help you. Okay, and if you have many books, then comparative study, you should be ready with comparative study. That this book, but I like both of you. Can also go for more than one as your favorite book, but then tell. Now we come down to question number 113. What you love to do in spare time? You have any special effort in the same, any achievement and award in the activity pursuit? Now this is a question going down to your hobby. It is going down to your interest. It is identifying your core personality. So if you are a person who is having for example, I see many of you all-rounders. So people who are all-rounders, they always like to experiment something or the other when they get spare time. They may try to do some reading, they may try to do some painting, they may try to go drive, they may try to do some other adventure, they may try to do some other experiments. Is it clear? So this all they like to do. So you can say what you love to do in spare time, you can tell that. Then your any special effort in the same. If you have done, you must have done very well in some painting, you must have written some poem book, or you must have written some novel stories. You can tell that. Any achievement and award in the activity pursuit? Of course, I'm sure when a person pursues and does it very well, 100%, you achieve something, right? So you can tell that. If you have got an award in debate, or you have got an award in painting, or you have some kind of thing where you did participate, in case you never did also, but you created something which you sent to someone who wrote a appreciation letter, can be enough, but you have to specify. And hobbies and interests can not be one or two, it can be many also. So you can be very ready with it, but you should be relaxed, cool, calm, composed to tell everything systematically and all. Is it clear? Now here we go down to question number 114. Organize a football competition in a school. How you would construct teams, how you will conduct matches, and the organizing a field and final match, inclusive of inviting chief guests and awarding trophy. Now, what do they want to see? They want to see your visualization power in terms of organizing. Where will you organize what, then next what, then what else? That's exactly what they're going to identify. How you will create teams. If you have done it before, then they expect you to do it better. But even if you have not done it before, you are expected to have an idea, you are expected to have a general dreaming capacity to identify how to create it. If you lack that, that means you do not have much thinking power. And thinking power is very important to be an officer, because tomorrow when you become an officer, you'll have to think on many angles at one point of time. Is it clear to all of you? Getting what I mean to say? So organizing, the matches begin. Before the matches, there will be trial round, but before that, there will be which match, then which match, how many teams will you be making? 8 teams, then how many, what will be quarter final, what will be semi-final, what will be final. Then on the final day, which will you get chief guest? Mostly people pick up their management people, principal plus others as their chief guests. Certain time they call people from nearby. Army school students here, you call your army officers as your chief guest. You do that, and that is the way and thereafter you have a trophy also, get it awarded. You also have to prepare for the trophy, where you will buy it, what will be the sign, what will be the shape, and what will be the insignia. If you already have one, what is it all about? You can say that, and this is going to speak how well you are in organizing. Again, a OLQ identified. Now we come down to question number 115. Organize a cycle expedition and awareness exercise, the route, the precaution, the last point ending with survey. Now, there is sometimes you have an awareness exercise of a cycle expedition. Like on the cycles, you put on the different things and gone to different places. This is something which happens. And you do that. So where do you stand from? You will also plan the route. You will also plan how many people will be there to control the traffic, or you will select a date when there will be no traffic or there will be minimum traffic, and thereafter decide a route plan, and also have some kind of support system like an ambulance or the other thing moving behind to control and make sure, isn't it? And ending you will with certificate distribution for participation or the winners or whatever must be the criteria. So you have to think on this. I again told you, I cannot give all the answers. I want you to think. I'm here to guide you. You have problems, you get back to me. We have already told you, you can connect me personally also like you all are. And for the people on the online, you can always connect me via the numbers, and I will certainly help you to the best possible. Is it clear? Anyway, these are guidelines which will help you to open your mind. And once your mind gets on this fire, you won't look back. Trust me, after that, once you go into this full exercise, you will not look back. You will automatically do very well. Let's go to the question number. This is again the last 10th question which we want to cover today. Organize a picnic to an outside location for 50 plus people, right from the first step to the last. Now, whenever you plan a picnic or a visit, what do? You plan it properly. You will plan a vehicle, you plan how many people, which are the people interested, what is the list of them, their phone numbers, their mobile numbers beforehand, so that you connect, and where you want to go, you mutually decide, and then what will be the expenses for that, you tend to calculate, and thereafter how many people would like to give, that is it. If that is sponsored by the school, then what will be the minimum cost, everything you decide beforehand. That includes the activities you will do there, that includes the games you will play there, that includes the camera you will carry for photographs or for capturing memory or anything for that matter. So this is something which you do. So you can write that, and once you completely do this exercise 2-3 times, you will realize that you are a good enough organizer. There are many people, while you travel in the train or you travel in the air flight or someplace, you will see at the waiting areas, a lot of people pretty confused and many people pretty relaxed. The ones who are relaxed are well designed and well clear what they have to do and what will it be. Whereas there are many people who at the last moment, they walk in or they have no experiences or they have no preparation. So they look always confused. And in the moment, last moment, you realize that they create a lot of chaos there, a lot of confusions, a lot of panic for that matter. So that's not fair. Once you are crystal clear in your planning, your things will fall in place. So planning is going to help not only you in your life, but will also help your organization and help you to do better in every organization and achieve your different objectives. Is it clear? So here also you have to decide who will go. And it doesn't end only in the starting and going to the picnic spot. It ends with people coming back home. That means getting back home and thereafter ensuring that everybody who had come is back to their home. That is how a good organizer thinks. Particularly when you're taking girls or other people around or senior teachers around or other people who are like a sense of responsibility, you'll do that. So remember my tips. Hope you have understood some more questions from this session. Keep rocking, keep learning. God bless you. Jai Hind.